In today's Leeds news, Leeds youth results, suspension, tightrope, Scoobs excited by Joseph, and Everton's FFP latest. Morning folks, Jer here on the 25th of October with your Leeds United news. Wednesday, so the one a week. If you are a fan of the channel, if you like what I'm doing here and you want to help the channel grow, you can do so by subscribing. We are 1,500 off 20k, which is massive. So it'd be great to get to that point, get there at some point. So if you want to support the channel, you can do so by subscribing. Right, let's crack on and get into the news, and we'll start on with the Leeds youth results that happened yesterday, and there's two very good results. We'll start off with the Leeds United under-21s, who got their second win in consecutive Premier League international tournament games. This is after the previous result where they beat Olympique Nice in the first round games. They ran out 3-1 winners against Hertha Berlin last night. Goals from Keenan Carroll, Mateo Joseph and Lewis Bate. Mateo Joseph on his return was enough to give Leeds a very strong win in a very positive night for the under-21s. Mateo Joseph come back into that. A very strong under-21 side all round with Lewis Bate, Darko JB was in the side as well. Leo Kjelda was in the team and Joseph himself as well. It's great to see Mateo Joseph come back, and we've got more on him in a second. Also in that game, it was great to see the return of Harvey Sutcliffe, who came back after being out for a very lengthy space of time after picking up an ACL injury last season. Sutcliffe was very important to that team before injury and will be a welcome addition to the under-21 side moving forward. And he also looks like he's built up a little bit as well while he's been away. So positive results all around for under-21s. Well done to them. They've got one more game, I think, in their group before they go into the knockout stages. So that game last night took place in York. The highlights are on leedsunited.com if you want to check them out as well. You can, worth checking out. The Leeds United under-17s were also in action yesterday, and they picked up another strong result in their season so far, beating Newcastle away from home 2-0. Goals in this game came from Leighton Brown and another goal from Finlay Gorman, who continues to score lots of different age groups and continues to impress underage for Leeds. Moving on, let's just talk briefly about a possible suspension tightrope that Leeds will need to be mindful of in the next couple of weeks. Leeds have some very big games coming up. Stoke tonight, Huddersfield the weekend, and then Leicester not far away either, and that's the one that everyone will be keeping an eye on. With that in mind, Leeds will need to be mindful about potential suspensions coming into those games. Currently, Leeds have both Ilan Meslier and Ethan Ampadu sitting on 3 yellow cards each. If they were to pick up a yellow card tonight and at the weekend, that would see them miss out on the game against Leicester. So Leeds will need to be mindful of that and hope that there's no repeat yellow cards this tonight and on the weekend as well for them. The rules on the yellow cards, in case you're not aware of them, are as follows. 5 yellow cards accumulated before week number 19 will result in a 1-match ban. 10 yellow cards accumulated before week 32 result in a 2-match ban. And 15 yellow cards accumulated before week 38 result in a 3-match ban. There is a 20 yellow card one as well for the same period of time. If you pick that up, it goes to a disciplinary committee. If you pick up 20 yellow cards in an entire season, the least of your worries is a disciplinary committee. That would be a horrendous result for have a yellow card every second game. But anyway, yeah, that's the rules that are there in place. Leeds will have to, as I said, be mindful of that. They have got 2 players threading that line. They have a couple of players sitting on 2 yellow cards as well, a little bit further off from that. But Leeds will want to watch that 5 yellow card mark. On the other side of things, though, Leicester, with that game in mind, will need to be very careful this weekend in their game coming up. Leicester have Harry Winks and Kiernan Dewsbury Hall both sitting on 4 yellow cards. If they were to pick up a yellow card the weekend, that would see them miss the game potentially against Leeds United as well. So everyone needs to keep an eye on that. It's a busy period of time coming up, and everyone's going to be a little bit nervous about that. You want your strongest sides out on the pitch when you do face Leicester. We're going to want to try and take points off them and slow down their progression and also catch up on them a little bit as well. So that will be something Leeds will need to keep in mind. Moving on, let's talk about the reactions to the game for the under-21s last night, and Mateo Joseph in particular. Michael Skubala was speaking after the game, and he was talking about how happy he is with Mateo Joseph, but also the progress he's made over the last 6 to 9 months as well. Joseph had been absent for a long period of time after picking up an injury in pre-season with the first team and has been unable to force his way back into that squad just yet. Could make the bench tonight, wouldn't be surprised. But he is now back in the under-21 side to get much needed game time and also to add more experience to that side in that under-21 Premier League international tournament. Joseph did score in that game, and after the game Skubala was talking about it and was full of praise for the England under-20 international. Skubala commented on how exciting a player Mateo Joseph has turned into and how he is growing in maturity over the last season or so. Skubala went on to say that he thinks Mateo Joseph is a very patient player, a very mature player, and a very good pro. And he said he has been a good pro since he's pretty much come in. An area of his game that they wanted to work on was his physicality and more his frame than anything else. And Skubala did talk about how much work has gone into Mateo Joseph's physique and his frame to make him stronger for those games in the first team and to push his way into that first team. And he said he's developed really, really well physically over the last 6 to 9 months and continues to do so. He's very happy with the player. He's shown a very strong aptitude for improvement in that squad as well. And when I have seen him playing for the Leeds United first team as well, I think he's been very eager to get on the score sheet as well. I'd like to see him play more for the first team, if possible, once he gets past those couple of games and just get the fitness levels up. Moving on into the final story of today. It's not a Leeds story as such, it's the Everton financial fair play situation, but people keep asking about it, so I thought I'd cover because it does have some interest for Leeds in this as well. Leeds, were very much involved in the relegation scrap last season with Everton, and Leeds have threatened to sue Everton along with 2 other ex-Premier League clubs for loss of earnings of up to £100 million each, a £300 million lawsuit in total, should Everton be found guilty of breaching the financial fair play rules, or profit and sustainability, whatever you want to call it. The case did start this week, but it is behind closed doors, so it's been very hard to get any information out of it. But the Telegraph have had some information, and I've started to share that today as well. Basically, Telegraph have said that the Premier League will seek a points deduction against Everton of up to 12 points should they be found guilty of that. And then on top of that, you would then have, if they are found guilty, that is when Leeds, I believe it's Leeds, Burnley and Southampton would sue Everton then for loss of earnings there as well. Everton's case relates to the financial fair play losses over a 3-year period. They lost 371 million, which is significantly higher than the 105 million that you are permitted to lose over a 3-year period in the Premier League. They have said that some of those losses were offset by COVID. That drops it down to about 250 million. It's still way above what's allowed. So that case is currently being heard behind closed doors. Information is expected in the beginning of next month, and it will be announced at that time. Now, the Premier League have also said that they will announce the result of this publicly with no prior notice to the clubs involved in this, so Everton in this case, and if Leeds and Burnley and Southampton do have a case, we'll all find out about it at the exact same time. That's pretty much what they're saying. And that's pretty much it today, folks. The match review that we did with LUFC Stats Andrew Dalton last night is available on the channel. It was put up late last night. It's a short 8-minute, just rattle through, no waffle, no chat, just these are things you need to know about the game tonight, so you can go check that out if you want it as well. And I will be back tomorrow for more Leeds news, and fingers crossed for 3 points tonight. Have a great day. Fingers crossed, 3 points. See you tomorrow. Bye.